Okay, I think we'll get started now. With our Committee of Adjustment hearing today, October 9, 2025. And it is 1:11 p.m. Chair, do you want to begin?
Okay, we'll call the meeting to order, and we'll start with roll call. Nick, Bob, Donna, Mel, and myself, Dale. Are there any members of the committee that have a conflict with any applications today? Seeing none. We also need a mover and a seconder for the ratification of the minutes of the last meeting. Is there a mover? Mel, seconded by Nick. All in favor? Opposed? Seeing none. Motion carried. First application is at 1:15.
Yes, and just for the record, one of our members, I'm not good with, I don't want to mispronounce his last name, Sebastian Rebarts. Sorry, I don't know. I'm apologize if I mispronounce his name. He is not here today. However, we do have the majority of members here, so we do have quorum to run the hearing. Yes, and the first application will be heard at 1:15 p.m. Okay, through the chair, I think it's 1:15 p.m. now. So we have a minor variance application A25124, 193 Herkimer Street, Hamilton. The agent is Studio MANA Incorporated, B Mytholic, and owner is M Taylor. Now, just a note, and we can confirm with the applicant or agent. I'm not sure if the applicant is going to be requesting to table the application. Is the applicant or agent here?
Yep, the agent is here. It's me, Brian.
Okay. Yeah, just provide your name and your address, please.
Sorry, sir. This is Studio Mana Inc., Brian Matholith, and the address, the address on file is for 193 Herkimer. Do you need my personal address, like the office address?
No, that's okay. And were you requesting to table the application? Is that?
Yes, we were requesting to table the application. We received word from the planning staff that there needed to be internal discussions further to this application.
Okay, so motion for tabling. Robert, seconded by Donna. All in favor of table? Opposed, if any? Seeing none, motion carried, application tabled.
And thank you to the applicant or agent. Staff will be in touch with you after the hearing just to let you know how to proceed. I do believe we had an interested party here for this application. So if there was any members of the public in attendance for this application, please note it's been tabled. And if anyone had provided comments prior to the hearing, it's fine. If not, you could fill out an interested party form here up just behind just over here behind us, and then we will notify you if there's any updates on the application. And anyone who did provide comments previously, we will also notify you once there's any updates on this application. Thank you.
All right, thank you, committee.
And we'll wait till 1:20 p.m. for the next application. Thanks. Okay, it's now 1:20 p.m. And next we have a consent application, B25065, 75 Burlington Street, West Hamilton. Agent is J. Vander Herberger, sorry if I mispronounced your name, and the owner is a numbered company, 1000907473, Ontario Incorporated. Is there any members of the public who wish to speak on this application? Yes, okay, please step forward. Please provide your name and your address. And you will have 5 minutes to speak. And afterwards, please fill out an interested party form that's behind you. Thank you.
I'm the authorized agent. Am I supposed to, or is this just for the members of the public?
Our practice is that we, any members of the public speak first.
Okay,
Yeah.
no problem.
So was there any members of the public who wish to speak on the application? Okay, seeing none, then I'll ask the applicant or agent, please step forward. Please provide your name and your address, and you have 5 minutes to speak. Thank you.
Sure. Hi, committee. Thank you for reviewing this application. Thank you for reviewing this application for us. My name is Jen Vanderherberg. My address, I'm located at 1513 Fletcher Road in Hannon, Ontario. I'm the authorized agent on this file. This is Tim Leslie. He's one of the owners of the property. We are requesting a severance of this parcel of land, and we have read all of the comments provided by staff and the conditions, and we feel that they are reasonable.
Okay.
Yeah.
Does the committee have any questions at this point? Seeing none, is there a motion?
Make a motion to approve the severance, including all the conditions as noted.
Okay, is there a seconder? Nick, all in favor? Opposed? Seeing none, motion carried, application approved.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And we'll wait till, sorry, we'll wait till 1:25 PM to hear the next application. Thanks. Okay. Okay, moving on, now it's 1:25 PM. We're moving on to a consent application, B25063, 85 Luscombe Street, Hamilton. Agent is M. Finucci. Owners are E and M. Finucci. Are there any members of the public who wish to speak on this application? Okay, seeing none, I'll ask the applicant or agent, please step forward. Please provide your name and address, and you have 5 minutes to speak. Thank you.
My name is Mauro Finocchi. I'm the agent for Maria and Anufinoki, my parents. I live at 14 Wingate Place, Hamilton. I've read all the comments on here, and we're willing to abide by them. The only thing is, where do I get help with that? Should I go to planning department? Because I'm not sure what needs to be done. I don't understand it totally.
Through the chair, I believe you're asking about the conditions. Is that correct? Yes. Again, always prior to the hearing, you're always welcome to contact us, and we could give you that information. But if the application is approved, there are conditions you need to satisfy, and you'll have 2 years to satisfy them. And you can contact us later on if it is approved, and we'll get you in touch with the appropriate staff to satisfy the conditions. Yeah, it would be, if the application is approved, there's a 20-day appeal period, and if no appeals are received,
Right.
then you can proceed to work on clearing the conditions, and staff will be in contact with you.
Okay.
Okay? Thank you.
Okay, does the committee have any questions?
Right here.
Did you have any other presentation to make, or?
Well, my understanding is that I just have to meet these conditions, and, yeah, whatever needs to be done, we're okay to
Okay.
do that.
Okay, so, committee?
Yeah.
Mel?
Make a motion to approve the severance with the conditions and notes included.
Okay,
I'll second that.
okay, moved by Robert, seconded by Mel. All in favor? Opposed? Seeing none, motion carried, application approved.
Okay, and we'll wait till 1:30 PM to hear the next application. Okay, it's now 1:30 PM. We're moving on to a consent application, B25066, 182 West 2nd Street, Hamilton. Applicant is H. Randawa. Are there any members of the public who wish to speak on this application? Okay, seeing none, I'll ask the applicant or agent to please step forward. Please provide your name and address. Yes, you can come, or do you have, is there an agent here, or? Oh, I think there's someone on WebEx there, we just have to unmute.
I'm the agent.
Yes, go ahead.
Agent for Arnick, Joseph D. Philippus of 687 Barton Street, Stony Creek.
No, we're on 182 West 2nd Street, sorry.
Correct.
Oh, okay, yes. I think the applicant is here. If he wanted to step forward, yeah, just come up to the podium and provide your name and address, and you'll have 5 minutes to speak. Thank you.
Hi, good afternoon, committee. My name is Harnik Randhawa. I'm the owner of 182 West 2nd Street. So I want, application was approved last time, but due to some misunderstanding, I could not fulfill the condition. So I request you to approve it again.
Okay, so you read all the comments that were posted?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and the conditions, and you're okay with them?
Yeah, I am fine.
Okay. Committee have any questions? Mel?
Yeah, if you're okay with all those conditions and the comments, I'll move the, be approved with the conditions and the comments.
Yes.
Be moved by Mel, seconded by Robert. All in favor? Opposed? Seeing none, motion carried, application approved.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, committee. Thank you.
And we'll wait till 1:35 p.m. to hear the next application. Thanks. Okay, next, moving on at 1:35 p.m., we have a minor variance application A25188, 91 Kennedy Avenue, Hamilton. Applicant is M. Sabelli, owner is M. Fatera. Are there any members of the public who wish to speak on this application? Okay, seeing none, I'll ask the applicant or agent to please step forward. Please provide your name and address, and you will have 5 minutes to speak.
Yes, good afternoon. My name is Michael Savelli. My address is 343 Delancey Boulevard, Hamilton, and I am the agent and applicant for this application. Basically, this was previously approved. However, there was a misinterpretation of the actual variance, and it was corrected by staff. And in order to have it approved, we had to come back to the Committee of Adjustment to have this correct variance approved.
Okay, did you, just to make sure you read all the comments and conditions that were posted?
Yes, sir.
Okay, does the committee have any questions? Is there a motion? Donna?
I'll make a motion to approve the application.
Okay, seconded by Nick. All in favor? Opposed? Seeing none, motion carried, application approved.
Thank you.
Okay, and we will wait till 1:40 PM to hear the next application. Thanks. Okay, it's now 1:40 PM. We have two applications here. They're both related, so I would presume the committee is going to hear them both together. So it's a consent application B25042 and a minor variance application A25133. So they're both 40 Church Street, Ancaster. Agent is Urban Solutions Planning and Land Development Consultants Incorporated, M. Johnston. Owner is a company, 40 Church Incorporated, J. Valache. I believe we have some members of the public who wish to speak. Okay. So I'm just going to go in order this list here. We had Jane Miller, and I believe They've indicated that she's not going to be speaking. Next, we had Julie Palmisi. Are you here in council chambers or on WebEx? Everyone, just you can take a seat for now, please, everyone, okay? And the applicant is, or the agent as well, Mr. John. If you want, there's a seat just behind. If you want, yeah, just take a seat first and then we'll call you up, okay? Julie Palmisi, are you there? Okay, next, Jim McLeod. Are you there? I believe he's on the WebEx portal.
Yes, I'm here.
Yes. Yeah, please provide your name and address and you will have 5 minutes to speak. Thank you.
Do you want me to go now?
Yes, please.
Yeah, I'm Jim McLeod, president of the Ancaster Village Heritage Community. We are a community group that focuses on heritage and supporting positive development, and I live at 20 Rousseau Street in Ancaster. Provincial moves to increase density are well known. Our primary interest in this application is that it's the first proposed major development deep in an Ancaster neighborhood. Your decision on this application is a de facto template for how density increases in older neighborhoods can be handled well. And the fit of tall, narrow townhomes in an established neighborhood needs very careful consideration. R2 zoning may permit street townhomes, but not a particular number of them in any one location. So what's the neighborhood like? Well, it's generally older homes, 1 to 1.5 stories, 50 years or so older. Narrow streets, they're 12 meters compared to the 20 meters that is generally required. Where sidewalks exist, they're on only one side, and traffic is a constant concern because we have a lot of commuter cut-through traffic. The applicant tries to make it sound like these just fit very easily into the existing neighborhood. I just quote from the application. Given the existing low-density residential built form inclusive of townhomes in the surrounding area, the proposal is deemed to be compatible and represent good planning. Specifically, the proposed lot areas are in keeping with the pattern established by the existing dwellings that surround the subject lands, specifically west on Church Street. While the applicant's reference to existing street townhomes west on Church Street can only be the townhomes that were built by this applicant, claiming they establish a pattern for Church Street is incredible. There is a world of difference between the 6 townhomes down the street and the 6 proposed lots, and the key difference is privacy and fit. The townhomes at 15 Church are in 2 blocks, adjacent to a medical clinic parking lot and a single-family home on the other side. No balconies overlooking either, and the balconies on the back overlook a municipal parking lot. Now, the 6 lots you're being asked to approve. Lots 1, 4, 5, and 6 would have unobstructed view into the rear yard of 36 Church, a single-family home under construction, and possibly even 32 Church. Lots 2 and 3 would have a slightly impaired view. There could be overlook to homes across Loader, but to front yards, and that's not as big an issue. The existing home at 40 Church has no overlook. The city considered situations like this as monster homes were being built, destroying the privacy of the smaller adjacent homes. Bylaw 8757 was amended to prohibit balconies, decks, and enclosed porches above the first story of any side yard. Now, Bylaw 8757 has been superseded, but the need to protect privacy certainly has not. The overlook issue for these townhomes is really the same as monster homes fitting into existing neighborhoods. AVAC asks the committee, if it approves this application, to prohibit balconies and enclosed or unenclosed porches on all 6 lots. Now, to neighborhood impact, the further densification of busy, narrow, short Church Street would be breathtaking. In 2021, there were 8 homes. The first 6 townhomes raised that to 13. If the committee approves this, the total goes to 19, a 238% increase in local traffic, services, and so on. And we just ask, how can this be good planning? AVAC has reviewed the staff report. It's excellent analysis. The sheer length of the list of conditions would seem to say that the townhomes is not a comfortable fit. If the committee's of a mind to improve these severances, AVHC asks that the conditions set out by staff are strictly enforced and there's a meaningful way to ensure the applicant is fully compliant. We did highlight some issues in our written submission, but one I will raise here is parking. There is likely a net loss of parking with this application. This applicant provides a minimum length driveway. However, about 8 spots on Lodor used regularly would be gone. The existing city parking lot adjacent to 40 Church serves the tennis club, lawn bowling, the old town hall, a splash pad, a playground, the library, and the municipal service center, and it's often full. It does not exist to provide the owners of an overbuilt townhome development with parking. AVHC respectfully asks the committee to deny the severance application. The 6 lots just don't fit. Encourage the applicant to return. That could, with something that could represent good planning, better fit the available land, the neighborhood lot patterns, preserve the tree canopy, provide parking on site, and generally contribute positively to the densification of Maywood. And that is something we could get behind. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, next we have Elizabeth Seymour. You here? Or are you on WebEx? Elizabeth Seymour. Okay, I'll move on to Cindy Watson. Okay, please step forward. Please provide your name and address, and you'll have 5 minutes to speak. After you speak, please fill out an interested party form just behind you there.
All right.
Okay, thanks.
Hi, my name's Cindy Watson. I live at 338 Loder Street, which is on the next corner down from 40 Church Street. And I want to address the fact of safety by increasing the amount of cars that will be on the street and how that will affect our children. When I moved there, we had 8 children there. Now we have over 50 in the little triangle that makes up Maywood neighborhood. This is the main street to the park, to the library, and to local businesses that these children, sometimes with and without their parents, travel to the park. During busy hours and events, the traffic on Loder is so bad, cars end up driving up on the sidewalk. I have almost been hit there, our mail carrier has, and if a child gets hit because parking is now decreased, then that's going to be tragic. Also, it's a small corner, and you can't see all the time getting around it. So again, there's another hazard. And then, where are these excess cars going to park? The BIA had a problem with 15 Church Street, with their visitors parking in the BIA parking. So where are these cars going to park? Because there's going to be an overflow. They're going to park further down Loder Street where there are more young children. They block driveways. We've had it happen. Bylaw one day asked me if the street was always like this because it would make for an easy day for him. And my daughter-in-law that same day got ran up onto the sidewalk right in front of him. The other safety issue is this is right at the park. People cut through the park to avoid the lineups on Wilson Street. Again, children, seniors, dog walkers. They're all going to be more at risk if this is approved. And then we want to look at the trees. There's over 22 trees there. And I'm from Southern California. I know what happens when you remove foliage. All that dirt goes downhill in the rains and snow melting here. It would be a shame to rip out that canopy of trees. Thank you.
Thank you.
Next we have Jane, is it Jane Miller? Are you here? Jane Miller? Okay, I'll move on to John Blakely. John Blakely?
Thought I saw him up there earlier.
Did you? On WebEx? Let's take a look. Yes. John Blakely, I think you're on the WebEx. Did you want to unmute yourself? Can you hear us? Okay. John Blakely, are you there? Okay, maybe, I think he's on the WebEx portal. Maybe we can just we'll come back to him. I don't know if staff can maybe try to reach out to him to see if maybe there's some kind of technical issue there. Oh, sorry, I did miss, okay, sorry, there's Sandy Mayton. Yes, okay, please provide your name and address, and you'll have 5 minutes to speak, and afterwards, please fill out an interested party form. Thanks.
Thank you. My name is Sandy Mayton. I live at 330 Lodore Street, just 3 houses down from 40 Church. And I am pleased to be able to say good afternoon to the chair, members of the committee, and my neighbors, and all others who are here. The difficulty is the 6 ultra-modern townhomes that were built at 15 Church, very close to the Heritage Village core, was the first step in inappropriate building in our very established community. We strongly oppose the townhouses at 40 Church because it will just continue to desecrate our community. And thank you for this opportunity, and I wonder if I could give some information to the members that would illustrate the situation. Thank you.
Thank you.
Can I do that?
Yeah, and then you can fill out a form behind you too afterwards, okay? Oh, was there, okay. Yes, if you want to pass, yes. Yes, through the chair, this resident said she had a presentation. She was having some technical issues, so I said she could provide it here at the hearing. Yes, thanks.
Thank you.
One more. Oh, Sandy, did you have anything else to say? Any other comments? No? Okay, I was wondering if you want. Okay, all right. Next, I'll go back to, it was John Blakely. I actually skipped Sandy Mayton. I apologize. John Blakely? Okay, appears he may still have technical. And John Blakely, I don't know if you're there, there's also a phone-in option as well in the WebEx information we sent you by email. So if you need, if you're having issues with the WebEx portal, you can also use the phone-in option as well. Okay, next, Ian Gately. You here? Ian Gately? Ian Gately, are you here or on WebEx? Okay, and then we'll move on. I believe we have urban forestry staff here who, I don't know if they wanted to speak or no. Sam Brush, I don't know. Did he want to speak or? Okay, maybe he's just in it. Yeah, I see him there on WebEx. Maybe he's just here to attend. I'm just gonna go back and see if these people were here. Julie Palmisi, you here? Elizabeth Seymour. No. Jane Miller. And then John Blakely. I think we're still trying to, I don't know if the staff have been trying to reach out to him. And then Ian Gately. Okay. I do see John Blakely here. I just don't know. I'm going to make sure he's able to. Let me just see if we're able to contact him. John Blakely, if you're on WebEx, can you just disconnect and reconnect, please? Could you do that? Could you hear me? Maybe we could send him an email as well. Just let him know. Okay. Yeah, we'll try to reach out to him. I don't know the chair, through the chair, did you?
We have a couple others.
Yeah, oh yes, true. Was there any other members of the public who wish to speak? Yes, please step forward. Please provide your name and address. You'll have 5 minutes to speak, and afterwards you can please fill out an interested party form behind you. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Good afternoon, Chair and committee members. My name is Ryan Canoe. I live at 67 Brookdale Drive, which is just around the corner from the proposed development. So I'm a resident and member of the Ancaster Maywood neighborhood. I'm here to speak on behalf of our little community there in strong opposition to the proposed severance and land development at 40 Church. We are not against reasonable growth, infill, intensification, or new builds, but this application fails to meet the 4 tests under the Planning Act and would significantly harm the character, cohesion, environment, and property values of our neighborhood. 1, it fails the 4 Planning Act tests. Under the Planning Act, the committee must determine whether the application maintains the general intent and purpose of the official plan, maintains the general intent and purpose of zoning bylaw, is desirable for the appropriate development or use of the land, or is minor in nature. This proposal is all 4. The official plan, while the plan supports intensification, it also emphasizes compatibility, neighborhood character, tree protection, and environmental sustainability, all of which this application undermines. Zoning and built form, this is a low-density, single detached area. Townhomes do not reflect the zoning intent nor the prevailing form. The appropriateness, these 6 townhomes on a slope lot surrounded by bungalows, new single-family custom homes, seniors' homes in these bungalows. It's not appropriate for sensitive infill. Minor in nature, this is not minor whatsoever. This is a significant overdevelopment of a single resident lot with lasting consequences, obviously, with all the big trees that are on the property. I believe there's a butternut tree potentially that is in the area, but none of that's been looked at yet because it hasn't been quite through the proper procedure. 2, the negatively impacting property values. The proposed development includes a new housing type, townhouses, into our neighborhood that currently has none. The change will break the uniformity and cohesion of a 100% single-family area. It will create long-term uncertainty for buyers about further intensification, reduce appeal for families seeking out quiet streets, tree canopy, and privacy. And the problem is when they got approved a few years back for the other property on the other end of Church, this was one of the fears in those arguments of what would happen. Where does it stop? Where do you stop coming up Church Street into our nice little area? We know, and real estate data shows, that single-family homes in cohesive, low-density neighborhoods appreciate more reliably than those near townhome complexes. Even so-called luxury townhomes, if you will, do not preserve the same way form consent development does. Buyers aren't just buying a house. They're buying a neighborhood, and this business development undermines what makes ours desirable, our nice little area there. It's also worth noting that the same developer on a larger lot in a more affluent area just up the street on Lovers Lane and Sulphur Springs chose to build 2 single-family homes. But here, in a quieter, modest area of seniors, families, smaller homes, they've proposed 2 townhomes complex in a close succession. So that kind of speaks volumes. could have built who knows how many homes, 16 homes on that corner up there, but why not? Because you've got judges, you've got specific families in town, you've got all the right people to push back even harder than what we would like to. The environmental and infrastructure concerns, the site includes mature trees, no tree protection plan has been submitted. This contravenes Hamilton's urban forest strategy, which sets a canopy target of 40% by 2025. These are some big, very mature trees on the lot. I think I've already mentioned that there is potential that there is an endangered butternut tree. That species, if that is impacted, that would also be a big deal, not a minor anything. There is also no stormwater management brief. Despite the property being sloped and drainage risks, there is no acknowledged report for that. Often building custom homes in these kind of areas, you have to put an infiltration gallery. As we all know, all around all the townships and home building, there is no infiltration gallery proposed on this lot of 6 townhomes. So where is all of that supposed to go? Just supposed to flow down the street, the water runoff? It's just, the infrastructure is not there. Anyways. The safety and community disruption. Lodore Street is one of only 2 access points to the splash pad, tennis courts, lawn bowling, library, town hall, all those beautiful old Ancaster heritage sites that we all know of. Introducing construction vehicles in a long-term density raises serious safety concerns. As it's already been mentioned as well, a lot of children's and a lot of families and a lot of people running around a tiny, tight street area already. We also asked for a construction management plan, should this miraculously get pushed through, to manage the dust, traffic, and property impacts, particularly for Jessica Kemp, who is Ian Gatley's husband, who unfortunately couldn't make an appearance here. They are the direct neighbors of this property, and they are in the middle of building their own forever single-family custom home that suits this beautiful area. And so they obviously have their thoughts and concerns about that with their children. My final request, thank you for listening. We respectfully ask the committee to, well, deny this application as it fails the 4 tests under the Planning Act, or defer the decision until the tree protection plan has been submitted, a stormwater brief has been fully reviewed, a construction management plan is in place, and a meaningful community consultation occurs. We are not against the intensification again, but 6 townhomes on this lot in this neighborhood is simply the wrong scale in the wrong place. 2 single-family homes would be more fair and appropriate and far less dampening. Please help us preserve the safety, value, and character of our neighborhood. Thank you very much.
Okay, and you can fill out a form behind you. Just no clapping, please. Thank you. Sorry to the chair. Just letting everyone know there is a 5-minute speaking limit for applicants and members of the public. So when you hear that bell, that means you've passed the 5-minute mark. But at that point, it's up to the chair if he would allow you to speak to continue on or not. Okay, just a reminder to everyone. Thank you. John Blakely, I think he's reconnected. Are you there? Oh, I think you're muted. It says he's unmuted, though. Yeah, he says he's not muted. Yes, I don't know, John Blakely, I don't know if you can hear me. Maybe, do you want to try the phone-in option there? See if that might work instead. Yeah, on the WebEx email we sent you, it has at the very bottom, it has a phone number you can call into, and then you can also provide the meeting number as well, and it's in that email as well. So let me, here, let me just give it to you, let me just provide it to you right now. So if you wanted to try the phone-in option, it's a 647-484-1598. And the meeting number, it'll ask you for that, or the access code is 2771-747-6880. Okay, see if you can give that a try. Okay. You can acknowledge if you got that. Okay, maybe we'll just move on. Is there any other members of the public who wish to speak? Yes, please step forward. Please provide your name and address, and you'll have 5 minutes to speak. And please fill out an interested party form after you speak. Thank you.
Will do. Good afternoon, committee. My name is Andrea MacArthur. I live at 66 Brookdale Drive with my husband and my dog, Max. The house is approximately 1.5 blocks from 40 Church, the property under assessment. My intention today is to provide a recap of an email already presented to the committee and has been said in various ways already. We moved to Ancaster in 2008. It was a mature community where we were the youngest residents at that time. One of the major reasons that we moved to this area was because of the tree canopy. No sidewalks, and it was a cul-de-sac. In 2008, there were no children, or next to none. There were few in the area. Sorry, give me a second. Since then, the neighborhood has come alive with the children riding bikes, scooters, and playing street hockey, etc. The proposed changes to 40 Church not only affects Church and Lodar streets, but the accompanying side streets of Brookdale Drive and Clarendon Drive as well. The cars driving in trying to avoid the congestion on Wilson Street turn onto Church, where they speed up to the corner of Church and Lodar to make the sharp turn onto Lodar. They continue on Lodar as quickly as possible to get to Russo, thereby avoiding the light at Russo on Wilson Streets. The dangerous situation has already been acknowledged by the city as speed bumps were installed. They were only slightly improved the situation. Where the drivers make that sharp turn from Church to Lodar, which is 40 Church, is exactly where the proposed development of the 6 townhouses has been proposed. On Lodar Street, there is only a sidewalk on the east side, allowing parking on the west side only. Lodar is not a through street. It is it ends at one of 2 entrances only into the parking of the Town Hall, Ancaster Municipal Building, library, splash pads, lawn bowling, and tennis courts. The cars that park on Lodar are overflow from these parking lots, which are insufficient for the needs of the community already. The cars that park bumper to bumper from the entrance to the parking lots all down the west side of the street past Brookdale Drive. The turn at the intersection of Church and Lodar is sharp and congested. In trying to avoid parked cars, it is not uncommon for the cars to come right up on the sidewalk to make that turn. It's a miracle that there hasn't been a serious injury or fatality at that location already. Parents coming in and out of cars with kids, going to the splash pads, etc. Residents have to be very cautious, having to move quickly to get out of the way as the cars are trying to make that turn. So to allow construction of 6 townhouses to replace basically one single family dwelling lot is irresponsible and dangerous. This area was not designed to have the traffic it has, let alone more. I'm sure there is a more appropriate location for the construction of this type. I would also like to bring to attention to the committee that there are 16 heritage spruce trees on this property, plus other mature trees, 26 I think in total, on the property of 40 Church. These trees add ambience to the neighborhood, as well as welcoming residents and visitors to Ancaster City Centre parking lots. They stand as sentinels leading to the hub where residents and visitors alike park to play with their children, go to the library and municipal offices. More importantly, they add and provide much-needed oxygen to our air, protecting us from increasing pollution that is slowly killing us. They helped us this summer from the smoke that is choking us. Anyone who has allergies or any kind of respiratory illness knows what it feels like not to be able to breathe. Trees collectively keep us cool in a world that is cooking with climate change. There is significant difference in temperature between neighborhoods that have trees and one that does not. They are the front line protecting us from climate change. In this case, there are 16 huge spruces, which I understand there's pictures that one of the other speakers have given to the committee to show the size of these and also to show how the cars come up on the sidewalk. Anyway, these will be destroyed. I'm finished. Thank you very much, committee. I really appreciate your time this afternoon. I hope you will give this serious consideration.
Yes, through the chair, I believe John Blakely is connected by phone now.
Yes, I am.
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Yeah, please provide your name and address, and you'll have 5 minutes to speak. Go ahead.
Okay, my name is John. My name is John Blakely. I live at 58 Summerdale Place in Ancaster. And I just wanted to, I wanted to make reference to the parking situation there, but I think most of the other speakers have already covered that. But there is one thing that I would like to bring up. It seems to me that there are far more suitable sites for a project of this type where space is already available. For instance, 154 Wilson Street East is vacant and is reputedly a future townhouse project, as is the vacant lot next to 119 Wilson Street East. These have been vacant for several years. Nothing seems to be happening there. I think they would be far better alternatives. The other speakers have already covered a lot of the things I wanted to, so I'll leave it there. Thank you.
Thank you, John.
Is there any other members of the public who wish to speak? Okay, sorry, through the chair. Thank you to all the residents who spoke. I know there was one resident, and again, your comments will be received by committee. Just to let people know, this is a consent and a minor variance application, so there's two applications. The minor variance is, I believe, it's for a variance for the lot width, I believe, and then there's a consent application, which is the actual land severance application. Minor variance applications are assessed according to the 4 tests in the Planning Act, which is under subsection 45(1). However, for consent applications, that is actually assessed under subsection 5124 of the Act, which is for the subdivision of land, which has a different set of criteria you have to look at there, which generally you have to see if the land severance conforms with the official plan and is compatible, with the other neighboring uses, the suitability of the land for that use, including the size and the shape of the lot being created, the adequacy of vehicle access, water supply, sewage disposal, and also possible the need to ensure protection for potential flooding. And also just for anyone's reference, the committee's just here to assess the application at this address, at this location that's been proposed by the applicant. Generally, we're not be assessing an alternative location to place a proposed development. Okay, thank you. I'll ask the applicant or agent, please step forward. Please provide your name and address, and you have 5 minutes to speak. Thank you.
Good afternoon, members of the committee, public, and staff. My name is Matt Johnston, a registered professional planner with Urban Solutions. Boy, this is where the rubber hits the road for our housing crisis and the intensification discussions. That is for sure. Justin, I believe you have my presentation queued up.
Okay. Give me a moment.
I'll take a minute just to walk you through a few slides.
Yep. Okay. Matt, if you need more than 5 minutes, that's fine. It's a big issue here today, so.
I appreciate that. Thank you. Great, thank you. So again, it's Matt Johnston. I'm here on behalf of the owners of the property, Mr. Joseph and Lisa Veloce, who are joining us in the gallery today. The subject lands, as you see on the screen here, are at the southwest corner of Church and Ludor. For a little bit more context to what you've already heard. Next slide. The parcel is located within the village of Ancaster core, centered along Wilson Street, and as you've heard, we're just east of a recent Veloce project also on Church Street, which is highlighted in yellow. I'll touch on that a little bit later. Next slide. We've heard a little bit about the policy context in terms of how these applications are to be evaluated. So it's important to remind us that we are located in the community node overlay in a neighborhoods designation on the city's urban structure plan. That designation calls for a density of 50 units per hectare, where we have 46 units per hectare proposed on the site. It's also where the city is purposefully intending to accommodate 40% of all intensification within this designation. This change to 40% intensification is in direct response to the city's decision on a firm urban boundary and the resulting changes in order to accommodate that growth to 2051 in that framework. Schedule E1 on the next slide confirms we are in a neighborhood designation on the land use plan in the city's urban official plan, where the complete range of built forms are permitted, townhouses included. At the secondary plan level of detail, implementing that community node designation, we're located in the low density residential 1 designation, again, where the complete range of built forms are permitted. Finally, on the next slide, we have our applicable zoning bylaw. We have this R2 zoning that was put in place by this council in April of 2024. This is a notable change that I think is what brings a lot of members of the community out today. Again, in direct response to implement a growth target to 2051 in a firm urban boundary, a number of intensification initiatives were put forward. In doing so, they purposely rezone these lands R2 to permit the complete range of built forms, inclusive of the street townhouses proposed. That's in direct contrast to what the Veloces had to endure down the road at 15 Church Street. Exact same built form, previously all in the same zones. In a different planning framework, that application took a costly official plan amendment, zoning bylaw amendment, supported by staff, refused by council, approved by the Ontario Land Tribunal. That length of time, again, is, I mentioned, it's where the rubber hits the road in terms of housing affordability and what's happening to the planning process to bring projects like this on stream. We had a similar scenario over at Oakley Place, also in Ancaster, just over a month ago at this committee. Positive staff report refused by the committee. Very similar policy framework, with a key distinction here that we're over in the community node Village of Ancaster secondary plan. Those changes are intended to avoid what happened on 15 Church Street and to bring projects like this on stream. Now I'll get into a few of the specifics on the next slide. We have a, I'm sorry, I was speaking of zoning without getting the zoning slide on, so one more slide, please, Joseph. Here we have an overlay of the lot fabric on the aerial photo showing our proposed 6 lots. Next slide, we have a bit more detail where we're showing the orientation of the built form. Again, we've got the 6 townhouses. One key point I'd like to highlight here is the orientation of the townhouses has changed from the original concept. And what I mean by that is when we first started talking about the project, we were looking at 6 townhouses fronting Ludor in a north-south fashion. We've got engineering staff on a project team. We've got tree protection staff on the project team. And reorientating 3 townhouses to front Church is all in efforts to minimize grading concerns, grading impacts, and assist in tree protection. Next slide. We talk about the required 4 tests of the Planning Act. What this slide really illustrates is how we have a total of 36 regulations applicable across the 6 lots. 6 regulations for each of the 6. There's just one that falls short of the minimum lot area. And when I say falls short, I mean it falls short by only 6%. It's just 10 square meters short of the bylaw minimum. So with that, we can look back on the official plan framework and the zoning framework and confirm that we're meeting the general intent of those policy documents. This application was on the agenda just over a month ago. On August 14th, it was tabled to resolve engineering concerns. Those engineering concerns have trickled down into new conditions of approval. And that brings us now to the public comments that we've heard. We've heard a lot about tree protection. We have a landscape architect on the project team who has confirmed no species at risk. And we have conditions of approval to deal with tree removal in the normal fashion. We've heard about stormwater management, and we've got specific conditions of approval to deal with that. We hear a lot about compatibility and built form. The definition of compatibility means not identical, not even similar to, but to be able to coexist without adverse impact. The idea of introducing these townhouses as a permitted use, again, is in direct response to a council directive, a council initiative. Careful consideration has been put forward to apply regulations to ensure compatibility, and we just have that one regulation that we're looking for relief on for one specific lot of the 6. While we do have a number of people in opposition, we do have 2 letters of support, one from former Justice Bernard Zabel and another from resident Mr. and Mrs. Soldat, who are residents of the 15 Church Street townhouse. And in those letters, you'll see how valuable the introduction of these townhouses are to a community like this. Next slide. Sorry, I've been speaking through my slides. Justin, if we could just move to the next. And the next. I've touched on this one. Next one should do it. So we have our Planning Act considerations for the severance application. Again, that's section 53. Their Secretary Treasurer gave us a good overview of what we're supposed to be mindful of. This is where the committee can create lots where you're satisfied a plan of subdivision is not required for the orderly development. You see staff have taken that position, and I ask you to do the same. We also know the 4 tests of the Planning Act that we've touched on from a compatibility perspective, from the magnitude of the request for the variances. We can take comfort that the 4 tests have been met and are satisfied. My final slide speaks to 3 conditions that I'd like to touch on quickly. The first is condition number 6 in the staff report speaks to spatial separation. In advance of today's hearing, I communicated with building department staff and confirmed that the building separation condition was incorrectly applied to this scenario. That correspondence has made its way to the Secretary Treasurer. I've got a copy with me here today confirming that condition 6 is not required. On the screen, it says condition number 6 as the middle one there. Apologies for the typo, that's condition 9. Condition 9 relates to a notice of approved swim on title. I asked, it's just an extra onerous step. The swim measures that we resolve with staff really speak to conditions number 7 and 8, requiring stormwater management details as a condition of approval. And the consent agreement also registered on title contain those very swim documents. So with that, we would ask that condition 9 be waived. And finally, condition number 14 requires an archaeological assessment. In keeping with the majority of staff recommendations and past decisions by the committee, we would ask that rather than an archaeological assessment be required that this standard archaeological note be applied to the decision, which is quite consistent with past practices. And with that, I would be happy to answer any questions. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Okay, committee. A lot to digest. Questions and concerns? Nick?
Just a comment. When looking at this application, the suggestion is approval with the conditions. The conditions look like they sort of satisfy the concerns, because I believe the neighborhood concerns were mostly for the trees, but there's a tree protection plan. Is that correct? And you're going to be able to save the trees?
Through the chair, you're correct. There is a condition of approval in place to deal with tree management. That includes tree protection and as well as tree compensation. And both of those are, the normal fashion for working through those issues of existing trees.
So under tree compensation, if a tree was damaged or whatever, then it would be replaced, or multiple trees replaced for one mature tree? Is that what?
That's right. And there's ways to satisfy the tree compensation, whether that's through additional planting or through cash contributions. And the amount of compensation for any given tree is something that we work with staff.
Just takes a long time for a 6 or 8 foot tree to become a 30-foot tree. Mel?
Yeah, I've got concerns with the density of that lot. I mean, I looked at it, I was there yesterday, and having that many houses on there, it doesn't just suit me to look at it that way myself. It's just too intensified. But also on the parking, there was only a couple people on the bowling lawns there, and there wasn't much parking left there and along the street and that. So I'm really concerned about what's going to happen to the parking along there.
Robert?
I think you have to add to the, unfortunately, the traffic that is on the street. And what happens when the 403 gets jammed up, Wilson Street gets jammed up, and people start taking shortcuts through. That's over and above what we're talking about here, but it is an existing condition that is not, we cannot control that, but it has to be monitored in the decision to go forward with this. But the other side of the coin is right now is the staff has approved it. And if it wasn't for the variance, we wouldn't be here today. Which means this whole application could have gone through. Other than the severance, it would end up coming back to us. But the variance is what's triggered everything else. My concern is that, yeah, it's maybe not the best suited development for the corner, but at the same token, all these conditions with regarding the trees and the stormwater and everything else are addressed in the conditions that the developer has to come to the table, as they say, to get all that approved. So you throw all that in, it's like I'm still on the fence here whether to go forward or go backwards on this. It's my 2 cents for now.
Donna, do you have any comments?
Well, the presentation does show that it does meet the intent of the Planning Act and the city's future, what is that, their future plan or their initiative for 2051. I've been up in that area, I was there. Yes, there is a lot of traffic, a lot of cars parked there. That to me alludes to the use of the lawn bowling and the tennis and the children's play area. It's a small, probably developed years and years ago when there wasn't as much traffic in there. Unfortunately, it's been built up around because I'm sure all the houses that were there weren't there when this became a park or whatever. But to me, it meets all the things that are needed, the 4 tests, and unfortunately, that many lots do bring in a lot more traffic. But are we looking at that? Or are we just looking at the severance and the variance? That's my 2 cents.
Okay. Is someone prepared to?
I'll make a motion.
Okay.
To approve the application with the omission of number 6 and the waive of number 9, and put in the
14?
The 14, the notes that we usually put in for the archaeological stuff and that.
Okay. Motion made by Donna. Is there a seconder? I'll call one more time. Is there a seconder for that motion? Okay, Nick? All in favor of that motion? Opposed? 2 opposed. Three opposed. So now we need, because that motion has been denied, do we need another motion, or is that?
Yeah, through the chair, if the motion is defeated, then you'd be looking to get another motion then from another member. Yes.
So do we need a?
Yeah. Yeah, that motion is defeated, and now we'd have to see if there's another motion from another member related to this application.
So if there's another motion, it would also entail those 3 variances as well, right? You want those 3 variances in the motion. I mean, that could change the motion as well, right? Whether 1 or 2 or 3 are deleted out of that. I'm just saying.
The conditions, you mean? Yeah.
If a committee member wanted to put in a motion that altered how those 3 conditions were dealt with, we welcome those. If those conditions are reasons for the first motion failing, I'd be happy to allow other members to reconsider those through a revised motion.
Robert.
I'm going to throw something out here, and I don't know if it's the correct way to do this or not, but one of the biggest proponents of this development is the trees and the canopy protection, et cetera, et cetera. Could we table this and have the applicant come back with a certified landscape tree proposal and bring it back to us again?
That's up to the agent. As we were informed before, the agent or the applicant has the right to make that decision of tabling.
But we've already voted it down too, though.
We can make a suggestion, but ultimately it's the agent or the owner to make that. If you agree to a tabling, then we would table. If you want.
Through the chair, we have a preliminary tree protection plan in place. It hasn't been reviewed or approved by staff. That plan shows the removal of trees that would be compensated in the regular fashion. And I would ask the committee to proceed with the decision today.
Well, let me ask this question. On the site plan, it shows a tree on every front yard of every unit. Those are new trees?
Through the chair, correct.
So there is really no planning done to save any ones that are existing that are there that could be saved.
Through the chair, the changes from 6 lots in a north-south orientation versus 3 fronting Ludoran Church
I get it.
did assist with some tree protection, but the trees along the Ludor frontage are, I'll get right to it, they're identified for removal and they would be compensated in the normal fashion.
Well, based on all the comments that came in from the public, that was, one of the 3 major concerns. And right now, I don't think it's been addressed myself, but I'm not sure, like I said earlier, I'm not sure how to proceed with this. If we make a motion to have them resubmit an in-depth tree survey, would that make any impact on what's happening here?
Could I just make a quick comment?
Oh, Nick?
I think if we knew a little more about the plan with the trees, it would be easier to vote on this decision. It would be easier to make a decision. Just giving that feedback.
Through the chair, there are 25 trees to be removed, and they would be compensated with cash and a combination of cash and replacement. And that won't change whether we can go back to staff and have them review that preliminary plan. But it's not going to change the result. That's what it shows. I would come back here in 2 weeks or a month and say the same thing. 25 trees replaced in a combination of cash contributions and on-site tree planting.
If that's the case, then I guess the motion that was defeated stands. He just said it right there, that even if they had a real plan, we wouldn't accomplish anything coming back to us.
So then you need a new motion.
Well, we have a motion that was on the floor that was defeated.
Right. So now a new motion has to be made.
Yeah, I know. Hang on.
Yes, through the chair, I believe if there is no further motion, then, I don't know if that means, that would interpret it that the application is not approved then.
So Justin, the motion for approval was denied.
Was denied, yes.
So do we need a motion on the books?
I think it's up to the committee. We may be looking to another motion that if the approval was denied.
Hello.
Yes.
Surely we need a new vote.
Yeah, we would need a motion there. I would look to the committee then. And through the chair, I believe, and the agent can confirm this, I believe the agent is not looking to table the application to, so.
So then we're back to a motion to deny the application.
Okay, is there a seconder? Mel? All in favor of denial? 2. All and opposed to that?
So who supported it? It was
Robert.
Robert and
Robert
Mel?
moved.
Okay. And who
And
opposed?
Mel was seconded.
Yes, Robert moved and Mel seconded the motion to deny. And then was it Robert and Melvin, you both supported that motion? And then who opposed the motion? Donna and Nick. So it is a tie vote situation, so I don't know if the chair.
I vote in favor of denial.
Okay. Okay, so the application is denied. Thank you. Again, please do not clap. Thank you.
There is a, so Justin, there is a 20-day appeal period to that, right?
That's correct. Yeah. There is. Okay, let's move on. We have a 2:41 p.m. It's a minor variance application, A25187, 14 Polo Court, Ancaster. The agent is Design One Architectural, G. Guidita, and the owner is A and S Ganji. I believe we have an interested party, Stacy Zhao. Stacy Joe, are you there?
Yes, I'm on
Hi,
the web.
please provide your name and address, and you have 5 minutes to speak. Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. Actually, I don't have something to speak. I just want to know their plan and how long it's gonna take.
Sorry, you mean in terms of construction or?
Yeah, in terms of the construction.
Okay, just again through the chair, that's kind of a separate question outside of the minor variance. I don't know if the applicant wants to answer that, but again, if you can always contact staff outside of the hearing too. We can provide that information to you. Okay, so I believe this person is not wishing to make any comments. Is there any other members of the public who wish to speak? Seeing none, I'll ask the applicant or agent to please step forward. Please provide your name and address, and you have 5 minutes to speak.
Good afternoon, committee members. My name is Gino Giudita. I am the agent. I represent the owners for this application for minor variance. And the reason why we are applying is the only area to do a secondary in-law suite is on the left side, which basically is sort of an irregular pie shape. And in doing so, it's a self-contained unit for the owner's mother. She's an elderly lady. And in doing the design for the area there, we were protruding a bit in the setbacks of the rear. It's just about 140 square feet. I believe in the comments through the other departments, the development engineering had a concern. Justin, you and I spoke. I think something was already cleared up pertaining to the concern of drainage. This unit will be built using piers, and there will be no foundation walls erected or any excavation. So the grading will remain on the existing property. So pertaining to that concern, that should be taken care of. That's all I have.
Okay, thank you. So originally the conditions were to deny, but there's been changes to the situation, and I believe planning is in favor of it now, correct? Yes. So to the committee.
Is there somebody from engineering to correct that they are approval of it?
Hi, I'm Helen MacArthur from Development Engineering. We reassessed the application and we had a second look at it. So we're okay. We're not gonna deny it, but we'd like to add a comment to address our concern about drainage. So I can relay that comment now if that's applicable.
Yes,
Okay.
go ahead.
So rather than a denial, we just like to add a comment that, and the comment reads that the addition shall not encroach into any existing drainage swell and shall not impact the existing drainage pattern within the rear yard.
The agent's okay with that?
I'm okay with that. If that question is to me, yes,
Yes.
that's our intent.
Thank you.
Okay, if the applicant is okay with that, I'll make a motion to approve with the addition to it from
Okay, moved by
the
Mel.
engineering.
Seconded by Robert. All in favor?
Thank you.
Opposed? Seeing none, motion carried. Application approved.
Thank you very much.
Okay, moving on, we have a minor variance application, A25185. That's 2:46 PM for 332 King Street West, Dundas. Agent is Landwise K. Gillis, and owner is L9G Holdings Incorporated. And I believe we did let the committee know prior to the hearing. The applicant, I just want to be sure. Yes, the applicant had tabled the application prior to the hearing. I believe there is, just in case, there is an interested party for this one, I believe. Marion Kinsella. And we did try to contact them prior to the hearing, but yeah, they did provide comments, but as the application's been tabled, those won't be considered. We'll try to contact them again after the hearing as well, just in case if Marion Kinsella, if you were here. The application's being tabled. It's not going to be discussed today. We will provide further updates to the applicant and to any interested parties once there's any changes to the status of this application. Okay, thank you. Next, we have a minor variance application. Again, it's 2:47 PM, A25129, 17 Ebenezer Drive, Flamborough. Agent is S. Tarika and owner is A. Dixit. Is there any members of the public who wish to speak on this application? Seeing none, I'll ask the applicant or agent, please step forward. Please provide your name and address, and you have 5 minutes to speak. Thank you.
Hi, good afternoon, Chair members. My name is Shivang Tarika. I'm actually the applicant on the property 17 Ebenezer. So last time we have tabled our application because few things we need to adjust, which we adjusted with the cooperation of the planning department. Now we completely align with the staff recommendations and we have no questions. If you have any questions with the committee, we would be more than happy to answer those. But we align with the decision by the staff members. Thank you so much.
Okay, I just wanted to verify you read all the comments that were posted.
Yes, sir. We read that we need to apply for a building permit, everything. And yes, we have gone through everything and we'll take care of that part.
Okay, to the committee, any questions or concerns? Or a motion?
Make a motion to approve the application with the notes included.
Okay, Nick, second it. All in favor? Opposed? Seeing none, motion carried, application approved.
Thank you so much.
Next, we have a minor variance. It's 2:49 PM. We have a minor variance application, A25130, 38 Freedom Crescent, Glanbrook. Agent Rely Solution Incorporated, S. Tarika, and the owner is I apologize if I mispronounce your name, M. D. Kai. Are there any members of the public who wish to speak on this application? Okay, seeing none, I'll ask the applicant or agent, please step forward. And please provide your name and address, and you have 5 minutes to speak. Thank you.
Sure. Thank you, Chair members. And this is Shivang again. Actually, pretty much the similar thing happened in this particular file as well. We have tabled that application last time, and again, we have made some changes for the planning department. Now we completely align with the staff recommendations. If committee has any questions, we are more than happy to answer those. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. Committee have any questions?
I make a motion to approve the application.
Okay, moved by Donna, seconded by Mel. All in favor? Opposed? Seeing none, motion carried, application approved.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Okay. Next, it's 2:50 PM. We're proceeding to a minor variance application, A25182, 229 Gray Road, Stony Creek. Owner is T. Romans. Is there any members of the public who wish to speak on this application? Okay. Seeing none, I will ask the applicant or agent, please step forward. Please provide your name and address, and you have 5 minutes to speak. Thank you.
Good afternoon to the committee and the public. My name is Tim Bromans, and I am the owner of 229 Gray Road. I just wanted to say that I'm only applying for this minor variance as I need more space to store all of my equipment, as I've had issues with theft. It has already cost me over $3,000 in deterrents and repairs. I would just like to store as much as I can inside to stop this problem. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. You read all the comments that were posted?
I did.
Yeah. Okay. Committee, any questions on this? Is there a motion? Robert?
Motion to approve the application with the notes included.
Okay. Seconder, Nick, all in favor? Opposed? Seeing none, motion carried, application approved.
Thank you.
Okay, moving on. We have, it's now 2:52 PM. We have a minor variance application, A25186, 460 Regional Road 20, Glanbrook. Agent is Gateway Corporate Group Incorporated, A. Maginini. And the applicant is a company as well, IDM 2005 Consultants Incorporated, and owner is a company, 5 Gas Bar Incorporated, M. Ashgar. Is there any members of the public who wish to speak on this application? Okay, seeing none, I will ask the applicant or agent, please step forward. Please provide your name and address, and you have 5 minutes to speak.
Thank you. My name is Prem Tiwari. I'm the consultant from IDM 2005 Consultants, Inc. The owner has got a small gas bar right now, which he intends to redevelop into a little bigger gas bar. And we needed 2 variances in order to achieve the site plan approval. And we have gone to the staff's report and we concur with their recommendations. So if you have any questions, we'll be happy to answer. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Committee? Mel?
Yeah, to the applicant, are all the old buildings not going to be torn down completely and cleaned up?
I think we're going to, yes, there'll be new buildings there and new pumps.
And that, you have a problem with any of the conditions that are there?
I'm sorry, I can hardly hear you.
You have any problem with the notes and conditions that are there?
No, not at all.
In that case, I'll make a motion to approve.
Okay, who's seconded?
Oh, hang on a second here.
okay.
I've got some comments.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll warn everybody, my background is in the petroleum side of things. So the existing tank farm is remaining?
I think so. I think that's what the plan is.
You think so? Because it's not on site plan 101, but it shows up on site plan, sorry. It's not on any of the drawings other than the survey that was done. So there's some issues there. I know the parking has been avoided because of the existing condition when the city amalgamated that area, so it's an E1 zone, so it's existing. But my question to staff on that is, does that include parking? Should not that be enforced with this development of removing 2 existing buildings and adding a 3rd building of a canopy, which I'll come back to in a second?
Through the chair,
We'd have to look more into that for that question.
Okay. So now the other thing that's noticed on here, the existing variance, which is obviously 2.76 from the property line to the edge of the island for the pump. And comments from staff says that the canopy is not included in that, which in my opinion it should be. The outside edge of the canopy, which is almost on the property line, is okay. And again, from my reference and experiences, it depends on the municipality, whether they go from the island or from the overhang. So another item that needs to be addressed. So, go ahead.
Thank you. Spencer Skidmore, acting manager. So through the chair, because the nature of the development is commercial, it would be subject to our site plan control bylaw. So a lot of these minor details in terms of site function, demolition of existing buildings, construction of new buildings, circulation, dealing with the existing tanks, all of that would be dealt with through that very detailed design process, the site plan control application. Thank you.
Thank you. That's the answer I was looking for on that. The thing is, right now, Mike, rather than approve this, we should table this until a completed, accurate site plan is done, so we can make our decisions based on that. Because right now, there's too many conflicting issues between site plan 1 and site plan 2, and then you go back and look at the actual legal survey that was done. Like, for instance, in both of the plans here on site 1 and 2 submitted does not include the Canada Post mailboxes on the daylight corner, but they're obviously on existing and they're on the survey. So
I'll withdraw my motion.
You rescind your motion? Okay. So
I make a motion to table this until a complete and accurate site plan is done and approved by the city.
Okay, is there a seconder for that motion? Nick? What?
Through the chair, I don't know if you wanted to direct it to
Mr.
the
Chairman, can I speak about it?
Sure, go ahead.
I think that this is one of the conditions of the site plan approval, that we meet all the variances. So we still have to go through the site plan final approval process, but we're just trying to make sure we meet all the variance requirements. That's the purpose of the application. And we'll still be going through the detailed site plan about circulation, about the tanks, about the canopies, as the staff have stated. So the application is only to get the variances so we can move forward.
I'm sorry, I'm not willing to budge on that tabling. I think there's too much information here that has been omitted, that we need to have that to make a decision.
Okay, this falls back like before, where the applicant, am I right? Justin, that the applicant has to make that.
Okay, to the.
Well, in previous practice, that the committee has requested they can make a request to table too, but generally it's up to the applicant, right, if they wish to table it or not. But yes, it's, the member can make a motion if he believes that's appropriate. Yeah.
So if I would make a comment that the fact that, at this point, if it's not tabled and you request to have it heard, it might be denied. That's that possibility. But it's your decision at this point to either table it or have the committee make a decision.
I think we'd like to table it. Just if there's any unanswered questions, we can definitely talk to staff, and if there are any specific concerns that can relate to us, then definitely we'll deal with those, and then we can come back.
Okay.
Through the chair, I might, I don't know if maybe development planning staff want to speak to this, is that, and sometimes there could be a condition of approval attached to the minor variance application. I don't know if development planning staff has anything to add to that.
Through the chair, Spencer Skidmore, acting manager of development planning. Yes, that's correct. So you can attach a condition of approval to your minor variance under the Planning Act. And that condition would have to be cleared prior to the relief being sought coming into force. So if it was, in this case, that 2.7 meter flankage, before they could actually have that permission come into force under the zoning bylaw, they would have to clear any applicable conditions. That's something staff have done pretty routinely. Thank you.
You
understand?
Well, the thing is, this 2.76 goes the edge of the island, but there's a canopy that sticks out another 10 feet. Sorry to mix metric and standard, and it's towards the road. So shouldn't that be the setback variance, not the 2.76? There's so many other little things around here that need to be addressed over and above the canopy and the variance for that, which would or may be taken care of in the site plan review. No, hang on. Hang on. The site plan affects a lot of other little things here. That's in question.
I mean, the agent applicant has okayed with a tabling. I can take your motion that you had already put forward for tabling, and Nick seconded it.
Okay, continue on with that motion to table it.
Okay, all in favor of Robert's motion? Opposed? One opposed. So the motion's carried.
So it was Robert moved it and Nick seconded it? Yeah.
Nick seconded.
And that is to table the application. And to the applicant or agent, we will be in touch with you shortly after about next steps in terms of how to proceed. Thank you.
Yeah, Mr. Chairman, I just want to make sure that if the conditions, if you know exactly what we're dealing with, then we can definitely address those issues. So if those issues can be made clear, please.
Yeah, yes, through the chair, yes, staff will be in touch with you after the hearing regarding how to proceed. Okay, thank you. Next, we have, it's 3:03 p.m. And we have it's the final application. It's a minor variance application, A25184-783-787 Barton Street, Stony Creek. Agent AJ Clark and Associates Limited, owner is A Singh and P Carr. Is there any members of the public who wish to speak on this application? Okay, seeing none, I'll ask the applicant or agent, please step forward. Please provide your name and address, and you have 5 minutes to speak. Thank you.
Hi, good afternoon. My name is Chloe Andre. I'm a planner at AJ Clark and Associates, 25 Main Street West, Suite 300, here on behalf of the owners. We've reviewed the staff report, which is recommending approval with one condition. We're satisfied with the condition. If there's any questions or concerns with the application, I'm more than happy to provide some additional details.
Committee have any questions?
I think we need to approve this with the conditions and notes.
Okay, moved by Robert, seconded by Nick. All in favor? Opposed? Seeing none, motion carried, application approved.
Thank you.
Okay, moving on, now it's 3:04 p.m. We're moving on to the chair and staff announcements. Is there anything from the chair?
Our next meeting?
The next meeting will be on October 30th, 2025. Yes. Yeah. And then through the chair, I did let the committee know, I'll just reiterate it here, with due to, just for your reference, due to the Canada Post strike or the resumption of that strike, we are going to be changing our public notification process. So We have been already, but we'll continue to be posting in the local newspaper, the notice, and we'll be posting a sign on the property, and we will also be posting our material on the website as well, on the Committee of Adjustment website. There is going to be some discussion amongst staff, seeing possibly if there may be some additional public notification we might be doing as well. So just for your reference, in the interim, that's what we'll be doing. Okay.
And I think that's all we can do at this point. I mean, not everyone gets a newspaper or whatever, but
yes,
if they see the sign on the property, they can inquire about.
Yes. Yep. Want to move to adjournment?
Yes, is there a motion for adjournment? Nick? Seconded by Mel. All in favor? Everyone, of course.
Okay,
Motion's
thank you.
carried.
And we adjourn at 3:06 p.m. Thank you. Oh, sorry. Maybe before we adjourn, yeah. Oh, yes. For 460 Regional Road 20? Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, yes.
Road.
Yes.
So now, the staff approved it with conditions, right? Robert wanted stuff made,
A motion to table the application.
no.
Oh.
He wanted more information
Yes.
for the site plan. Now, is it up to Robert to tell staff what more he wants? Or does staff know what he wants because they've already accepted or approved it?
Yeah, the Committee of Adjustment staff will review our notes after the hearing, and we'll forward those over to the planning staff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, okay.
So, yeah, so
Okay.
so he didn't have to say, this is what I specifically want or whatever.
Because it all comes down to.
Okay, are we still in session then, or did we adjourn?
Right.
There's no mention of existing septic
Oh.
tanks or septic systems.
Sorry, through the chair, I think.
Okay.
So that's got.
Sorry,
should be
sorry.
To what size.
Through the chair, I think the meeting is still in session. Sorry.
Is that what's required? That's what's required for site plan, but do we need to know that to